Robert H. Jasperson was born in Minneapolis, Minnesota on July 18, 1946, and grew up in Hopkins, Minnesota. His initial flying lessons came from the Nelson Ryan Flight Service at Flying Cloud Airport. He earned his private pilot's license almost a year after beginning, on July 18, 1963, his 17th birthday. After high school, Bob attended the University of Minnesota, where he received a degree in civil engineering and, through the ROTC program, was commissioned as a second lieutenant in the U.S. Air Force. 2 days after that, he married his fiancée, Judy, and they've been married ever since, 48 years as of this date. That summer, he earned his commercial pilot's license and added his instrument rating from Executive Aero at Flying Cloud. Due to his requirement to wear glasses, Bob was not able to attend the Air Force Flying Academy, but instead was assigned to Mather Air Force Base in Sacramento to train as an Air Force navigator. After completing his training with honors, he and Judy moved to McGuire Air Force Base, where he became one of the youngest navigators on the C-141A. Due to his exceptional prowess as a navigator, Bob was selected as a weapons systems officer on the F-4 Phantom. He completed his training at MacDill Air Force Base and was assigned a 13-month tour in Kusan Air Base in Korea, starting in December 1971. Soon after beginning that tour, he became an instructor and was repositioned to the 35th Tactical Fighter Squadron, based initially in Da Nang, South Vietnam, and then Korat Royal Thai Air Force Base for the remainder of his assignment. Bob flew a total of 103 combat missions during a 5-month period and was awarded the Air Medal with 6 Oak Leaf Clusters, the Distinguished Flying Cross, and the Silver Star. As a weapons systems operator, he and his pilot saved a South Vietnamese unit pinned down by North Vietnamese regulars who were accompanied by 3 tanks, and in a separate engagement, downed a MiG aircraft, one of only 212 aircraft downed by 299 airmen in Vietnam. This accomplishment was done in a remarkable feat of aviation expertise. After returning from his assignment in Southeast Asia, Bob and Judy moved to Holloman Air Force Base in New Mexico for 3 years. Here, he was the squadron navigator and flew 3 non-stop missions to Germany. That's 12 hours and 7 mid-air refuelings each way. These non-stop flights to Germany were to serve nuclear alert duty as part of the commitment to NATO from the United States. For these missions, Bob was awarded the Air Force Commendation Medal, and he left the service in 1975 to return home to Minnesota. Back home in Minnesota, Bob didn't take the slow-paced approach to Air Force retirement. He was a residential realtor, owned a bar and restaurant for 15 years, and was active in the Rotary Club. He was a member of the Twin City Cloud 7 Flying Club as well. He became a very active volunteer for the Wings of the North Museum at Flying Cloud, where he served as the secretary, vice president, and president. Bob was a leading force in the success of the Air Expo aviation shows and the Wings of the North Museum. He is now a director of that museum on the airport. Mr. Jasperson is also the commander of the Minnesota chapter of the Red River Valley Fighter Pilots Association. They help military aviators injured in combat or training and provide scholarships for families of deceased or missing aircrew members. To date, $2 million in scholarships have been provided to those students. Bob and Judy now live in nearby Burnsville and have 2 sons, 1 grandson, and 2 granddaughters. Mr. Jasperson's nomination to this Aviation Hall of Fame stands on its merits. His service to this country, from the time he was in high school all the way through the end of the Vietnam War and beyond, is commendable. His volunteering for aviation programs in the state of Minnesota is stellar. Thanks to all of his hard work, multiple organizations have been able to provide aviation services to youth around the state. Those organizations have also kept support and awareness up for those who have lost family members in combat or training while flying. Congratulations to Mr. Bob Jasperson on your induction into the Minnesota Aviation Hall of Fame.